I didn't expect I would love it up here, she thought to herself as she leant back on her car, ashing the cigarette as she took in the view. The shattered bits of her life lay scattered a few hundred miles away in an indifferent, impersonable city. A city that broke her bones, drained her blood, and sucked the marrow out of her body. She pushed the thoughts of the city from her mind, instead breathing in the fresh scent of springtime pine and the lazy ways the breeze brought the bouquet of wildflowers through the gently undulating valley. Her brother made his way up from the river, the morning's catch, 2 trout suspended by the gills on his index and forefinger, ready for breakfast. He gave a simple nod to denote good morning. She knew, despite her reluctance, that it was time to make breakfast. She sensed her brother's eyes on him as he filleted the fish, and she made a pot of coffee. It's good to see those scars healing, he observed. She noticed the red marks on her wrists, reminders, fixing her cardigan quickly to recover them. It had been over a month since she woke in that cold hospital bed. A month since her somewhat distant brother literally carried her out, delivering her to his mountain home miles away. Kind and tender were not the words used to describe her brother. In his rugged way, however, he nursed her through the agonizing withdrawals despite the wicked way she treated him. The kitchen filled with the smell of fish, bacon and eggs frying on a heavy black skillet. Fresh coffee permeated the air, and the thick aroma of toasted rye bread rounded off the beautiful smelling breakfast. She served the food, sitting in silence for silence as her brother closed his eyes and gave thanks, praying to a God she didn't know, but was learning to respect nevertheless. One of the few things the doctors told her brother was that she presented like a fearful, beaten puppy. Whilst her brother didn't understand the complexities of her mental health and addiction, he knew how to take a beaten, broken, frightened dog and nurse it to full health, full of form and function. She saw it in his eyes. She saw it in the way he instinctively knew when to push forward and when to pull back. She saw it when she lashed out against him, how he saw past her actions and identified her fears. Elkie up the road has some work for you today, he announced, washing a mouthful of fish down with the strong black coffee. She wiped the thick bread on the leftover oily residual of her plate, sprinkling some extra salt and pepper on the energy-rich meal for the extra taste. In that simple moment, she tasted something she knew she had not had in many, many moons. She tasted the fishy, fresh oil of a just-caught trout, the herb-infused eggs with yolk like 2 rising suns. Every grain and seed of the warm toasted bread, every mouthful nourishing not just the body, but every single sense. She found herself looking forward to working with Elkie. No doubt some kind of picking or fermenting food ready for the winter. It would have been a beautiful mix of form and function, lovingly prepared of generations did to feed those closest. She looked up from her daydream to find her brother simply smiling as he refilled both the cups with coffee. You get it now, don't you? He asked, already knowing her answer. She realized she was starting to embrace it all, the hope of it all. The scars are healing, she finally answered, this time without fear or shame. The sting of regret would echo for many years, but the hope for a healthy future shielded her as she slowly forged ahead.